Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at inflections in voiceovers. I think a lot of voiceover artists aren't too aware of this particular area. They're sending through audio where they've got 2 or 3 different reads, and every time they hit the same inflections. They'll go down on this sentence, they'll go up at the end of this sentence, they'll say this particular line in almost like they're singing a song, or like a melody. They're hitting the same pitch for their each part of the word, and it doesn't really give me as a producer good options to be able to use in what I'm piecing together. It also doesn't give good options for the clients who are then listening and going, oh, well, I don't really like the way they went down at the end of that. Is there a version where they went up and you went, sorry, they gave me 3 versions. They went down every time. So it's really important to make sure you're aware of your inflections, you're aware of what you're doing from one read to the next so you can vary it. What I'm going to do now is show you an example. I've just had a script come through. I probably should read this one and get it back to the client, but I'm doing videos for you instead. So let's give this one a crack, and what I'll do is I'll show you different inflections from my first read to my second read. I'm a little bit dry in the throat too, I apologise for that, so here we go. If your bathroom or kitchen looks like it was built when Spandau Ballet and Malcolm Fraser were in fashion, 2021 is the year to upgrade with Sawtell Kitchen Centre. Now we'll try a different inflection. If your bathroom or kitchen looks like it was built when Spandau Ballet and Malcolm Fraser were in fashion, 2021 is the year to upgrade with Sawtell Kitchen Centre. So you can notice a couple of differences there already. This next line, let's go for this one. They measure, quote, and install quality kitchens, bathroom vanities, wardrobes, and more. Then you could go, they measure, quote, and install quality kitchens, bathroom vanities, wardrobes, and more. And see how I've changed my emphasis as well. Wardrobes and more. Wardrobes and more. You give them a couple of versions there too. Maybe they like to slow down and we're really excited to have and more. Or maybe it's a little throwaway. Who knows? It's good to cover both those bases. All smooth, hassle-free, and within your budget. All smooth, hassle-free, and within your budget. See, it gives them 2 different versions. One's a little more excited, one's a little bit cooler. Make a New Year's resolution early. Make a New Year's resolution early. There's a couple of different versions again. Get up to date at Sawtell Kitchen Centre, Newcastle Drive, Tormina. Get up to date at Sawtell Kitchen Centre, Newcastle Drive, Tormina. So you can hear how that inflection, even at the end, I've come up on the brand. This first time I went down on the brand. There's no real instruction in this script as to how they want it read. So that gives them options, it gives the producer options, gives the client options. If they come back and they say, oh, I'd like it a little bit brighter, maybe the producer can just grab those audio bits and, the ones with the inflections coming up more at the ends. Sounds a little more excited. And so then they can drop those in and that'll, keep the client happy. They don't have to come back to you and say, oh, by the way, we need another read. So when I first started out, I would give my clients like 4 reads and I would just put so much variation into it because I came from a production background. So in my head, variation was amazing. But what I found is they don't really have the time to go through all those. So you just need to give them generally just a couple of reads, but make sure they're nice and different. That way they can just pick whatever they want, drop that in there, everybody's happy. Another thing to think about too with inflections is that sometimes your inflection can almost make it sound like you're asking a question, because when you ask a question, you change your inflection. This can be a problem if it sounds uncertain in the read. So, for example, if your bathroom or kitchen looks like it was built when Spandau Ballet and Malcolm Fraser were in fashion, it doesn't quite sound right, does it? Sounds like I'm asking a question. Even on the brand name, 2021 is the year to upgrade with Sawtell Kitchen Centre. It doesn't really sound certain, does it? It sounds like I'm asking, oh, maybe, is that a good idea? Well, you're not really asking what the audience thinks. You're telling them what to think, essentially. Mind control. But basically, what you need to make sure you're doing as well, things like brand names especially, anything that you're trying to hit home with your intended audience, make sure your inflections are confident and certain and purposeful and really done with an intent of making them believe what you're reading. I've got another video coming up soon on believability, so keep an eye out for that. But essentially, Sawtell Kitchen Centre. Sawtell Kitchen Centre. You need to be really certain on your inflections there and make sure that they're hitting people and saying, this is what you want to do. It's not a question, I'm not in doubt. Sawtell Kitchen Center, no, that's a little bit hazy, bit vague. No, we don't want that. Sawtell Kitchen Center. And make it like you're telling your mate, this is where you need to go. Inflections are really powerful for that, so make sure you're constantly thinking about that too. Another thing too that I like as a producer, I like people to finalize at the end of the ad. I like them to come down in inflection. So, you know, whatever they're doing it like this. Because some people, and I hear it way more than I'd like to, they kind of do it like this. And I'm like, well, that's okay, but at the end of an ad, I kind of like to be more certain than that. I want it to be like, and here's the end of the ad. You know, I don't know if it's just me being anal about it, but, you know, personally, I definitely prefer finalize off at the end and make it a nice, certain ending. There's no sort of vagueness. There's no almost a question or, you know, I'm not really sure, a bit uncertain. No, it's just the end of the ad and this is it. You know, and that's how we roll out. So it's another thing to think about. If you're varying your inflections across your ad, you could give a version where you go up at the end, and you might sound, maybe that's an excited way of ending the ad, you know, like go up. You don't have to necessarily go down, but make sure you give a version that goes down as well, because you never know. You might be dealing with a producer like me. Anyway, so that's it for inflections. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Keep an eye out for the next lot of videos coming. There'll be plenty more in this course. So thanks for watching and see you next time.